Welcome back to Wildcat Science with Mrs. Haugo. This is Human Biology, Chapter 6 on the integumentary system, Part 3. We are talking about disorders. And the first disorder I would like to talk about is psoriasis. Here is an image of a person with psoriasis, and it is a chronic overgrowth of the epidermis. It causes red flat areas covered with silvery scales. As you can see, there is the red flat area and the silvery scales. It is also often itchy and irritated. It is thought to be a hereditary disorder and related to an immune disorder. So we're not very sure about preventing it, but psoriasis is treated with topical steroids and ultraviolet light. Another integumentary disorder is eczema or atopic dermatitis. I would like you to pause and think, what would, using your medical terminology, dermatitis mean? If you guessed inflammation of the dermal tissue, you are correct. Here is a picture of a person with eczema. Eczema occurs when the immune system overresponds to an allergen or an irritant. It is characterized by intense itching and skin inflammation. The area may be red, have blisters, and pimple-like lesions, scaling, and the crusting of skin. As you can see in this picture, it is irritated, red, with those pimple-like lesions. It usually occurs first in adulthood, and it will reoccur throughout the lifetime. So prevention is better to treat it, so we're not quite sure how to prevent it, but the best treatment is to avoid triggers like perfumed soaps or perfumed detergents. A third disorder I would like to talk about is skin cancer. It is the most common type of cancer. It is caused by exposure to UV light, and skin cancer is more common in fair-skinned people. A couple of different types are basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell carcinoma. These are both tumors of the epidermis, and melanoma is a malignant tumor of a melanocyte. Blistering sunburns make melanoma more likely. So this is a good reminder to wear your sunscreen and don't get bad sunburns because you'll regret it later in life. Skin cancer, however, is often cured if caught early. Speaking of catching it early, let's talk about detecting different types of skin cancer. So we should know the A, B, C, D, E's of detecting skin cancer. First, when looking at a mole, you should look for symmetry. Symmetry is normal. Asymmetrical might be an indication of melanoma, and you should talk to your doctor. Look at the border. The borders are even, that's normal. Uneven borders may be an indication of melanoma. One color is normal. Multiple colors, again, may be an indication of skin cancer. If it is smaller than 1/4 of an inch, that's good. Larger, you should talk to your doctor. And evolving. Ordinary mole should stay the same throughout your lifetime. So any change in size, shape, or color, you will want to talk to your doctor about. The fourth and final disorder we're going to talk about is herpes. Herpes is a virus which forms watery vesicles or cold sores on mucous membranes. These can form on the nose, mouth, or genital regions. Here is a picture of the watery vesicles on the mucous membranes on the mouth. And just want to make sure everybody knows that herpes virus can be transmitted from any type of the mucous membranes to any other mucous membranes. So if someone had a cold sore on their mouth, they should refrain from contacting mucous membranes like the mouth or genitals of another person until that cold sore is completely healed up. We will want to stop the transmission of herpes virus the best we can. Once a person is infected with the herpes virus, they will have it for the rest of their lives. The herpes virus will actually go back to your nerve ganglion and reside there until your body is stressed, and it will then replicate and make those cold sores or watery vesicles that are characteristic of the herpes virus. Fun fact, my sister is a virologist at the University of Iowa, which means she studies viruses, and the herpes virus is a common virus to study because it is a model organism, which means you use that organism to study all the other viruses. So what about Paul? We talked about Paul and his sun-damaged skin, and we'll learn about what happens to him in class on page 125 in our textbook. Chapter 6 notes are done, and good job with that. Thank you very much.